Hey y'all, happy first day of summerween. If you are new here, my name is Vanessa, also known as Read with Dr.B. In today's video, I'm going to be vlogging my summerween experience. So I did start off tonight reading Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. I am currently about 60 pages through, so chapter 5 currently. This book is following Ethan, and when Ethan was 10 years old, he was camping in his backyard with his best friend, Billy. When Ethan woke up the next morning, he noticed that his tent was slashed and Billy was gone. Fast forward 30 years and we're following Ethan. Ethan moves back into his childhood home after his parents have decided to go to Florida or something. Just lots of questions, lots of feelings are arising. Still kind of wondering, like, where's Billy? What happened? Who could have taken Billy? There's a lot of guilt, not only from Ethan, but it sounds like from the family members in this cul-de-sac. So we're really just trying to figure out what happened to Billy. I'm just gonna keep on reading to see what happens. So I am halfway through Middle of the Night. So far, we're still trying to figure out what happened to Billy. Did he go missing? Did he die? Like, what happened? We've been told that they found some of his remains in this lake after some people were doing some, like, water sampling. I feel like we have the answer that Billy is dead. But for some reason, Ethan doesn't believe that, and so he's trying to kind of uncover it. Or maybe they don't truly believe he's dead. I'm not really sure. But we're kind of getting a lot of this backstory from 30 years ago. Billy, Ethan, his babysitter, a couple of other people went to this institute that was a couple miles away from where they lived. And they think that maybe somebody from the institute has taken Billy and killed him. Maybe he does believe he's been killed. He's seeing like the ghost of Billy because of all these weird signs, like this baseball keeps getting left in his backyard. But he really just wants to know what happened and who did it. So we still don't have really a good lead yet, or maybe I'm just naive and like not able to predict the story. I'm just here for a good time. I'm never over here trying to be a detective. We're 50% through and we're still trying to like uncover, and I have no idea. I have like no suspects. I'm hearing a little bit of this book is pretty middle of the road, but I'm gonna keep reading. I also did want to update you that I read one short story this morning from the horror anthology called Beyond the Bounds of Infinity. So I ended up reading the short story by S.A. Cosby called Points. And I think it was supposed to be like a cosmic horror where we have these men, they're brothers, and one of their kids, they all go like on this little hunting trip. They encounter this like ginormous buck that is like twice the size of a normal one. But this one kind of looks weird. Like there's some weird mold, fungal growth all over it, so it just kind of looks sickly. One of the guys ends up shooting the buck and killing it, or so he thinks. When he gets closer to it, something happens, like weird stuff just starts happening where the guy is a little loopy. And there was this chanting going on. There was this weird cosmic-y, I don't know, it almost seemed like a Native American that came to them and said, like, if you don't make this sacrifice of the person person who killed this buck, then you're gonna die. The guy's like, I'm not sacrificing my brother. We're getting out of here. Well, because they didn't make that sacrifice, something ended up happening to them. And at the very end, you're left with this really creepy image of the son who went with them has like gnawed off the flesh from his fingers. I guess you can like hear his bones, his finger bones, like tapping each other. Weird. So weird. But it was like I think it was like a good horror story. But I'm really interested to read the next short stories in the book. I might skip around a little bit, but yeah, very intrigued on the short story so far. And I'm glad I started off with S.A. Cosby. My hair is a little crazy right now, and I need to go fix how purple it is because it's driving me crazy. So I'm about 25% into Midnight is the Darkest Hour. And so far we have Ruth, who is like the pastor's daughter, and she basically like belongs to her father. She can't do anything that she wants. She wants to go off to college. She got accepted, but her dad's like, no, that is like a sinful thing. Like, college is gonna sin you right up. She has a friend named Everett who I think there's definitely some like, I don't know, like love, friendship love there, potentially more than that. They will definitely protect each other. But in the beginning, you basically find out, and this is in the synopsis as well, that the townspeople find the skull of someone that was murdered. I think the townspeople are going to try to figure out who did it. And I have a sneaking suspicion that Everett is actually this low man person. It's who is like basically a serial killer. Yeah, but I'm really liking this book so far. It's definitely a lot more thrilling compared to Middle of the Night. I think I will make a good dent tonight. Well, this is about as far as I'll get tonight, and then tomorrow I hope to read a little bit more and maybe potentially finish. We will see.
Wait. What do you like about this girl? I mean, there's like a lot of things. I'd probably start with...
I like the way she smiles. She got me staring for a while. Yeah. Baby, it's our conversation. She's my favorite notification. She knows how to dress for special occasions. She got me thinking life could be better. These songs start to feel like love letters. I should tell her now, would I ever? It is what it is, man, whatever. Yeah, whatever. I'm telling you now, it's whatever. Yeah, whatever. I'm telling you now, it's whatever. She keeps me close. In the friend zone? Yeah, but I don't mind it too much though. Why? If my feelings don't show, say it ain't so, man. You should know that I've been saying no, but maybe you're the one I've been looking for so long.
So today is the 5th day of summerween. I did finish Midnight is the Darkest Hour, and I rated that 4.5 stars. I really felt like the whole time I was reading it, the Taylor Swift song, But Daddy I Love Him, was in my head because it was like this very religious family, and she just wanted to go out and she just wanted to explore the world, better herself, and just expand and grow, right? Like that's, I feel like, what a lot of people want when they want to leave their hometown. And her parents and the townspeople were like, oh, that boy, he's got the devil in him and he's just, rubbing off on you, and you're not, you're becoming a sinner and all this stuff, right? She hasn't actually admitted it till the very end, but like she's just like, but Daddy, I love him. But it felt very like Bonnie and Clyde-esque at the end. It's just them against the world. No one can stop them. There's even like a chase at the end. It was so good. So I gave that 4.5 stars, and I am looking forward to reading more by Ashley Winstead. So I'm hoping that my next book is just as good. It's actually a Book of the Year finalist for 2023 for Book of the Month. And I'm currently on page 30 of None of This Is True, and it's okay so far. You know, we're still getting kind of like set up and everything. I'm very like on theme today with my bookmark and my sweater, but it's very much getting set up. So it sounds like we have two women who are birthday twins. They're both turning 45. They're both celebrating at the same pub. They were actually born at the same hospital. As one of them does a little bit more digging, she's like, oh, we have some other commonalities or similarities. I'm just getting to the part where I think they're about to set up the podcast. I read a little bit, but I like went back because I feel like I wasn't really paying attention. I was doing some like admin work for one of the readathons that I'm participating in. But I feel like it'll go pretty quickly, just given that it's got mixed media elements, and then even some of the, like when you start a new chapter, you have a whole blank page. And then like I said, with the mixed media elements, on some of the pages, you kind of have like a little transcript of what's going on. I'm also listening to the audiobook with this, and it's pretty good. It sounds like it has a full cast. It's more dramatized or whatever. So you have some of the little effects of, you know, people are in the background, and so the microphone sounds a little bit muted. What you would presume to be like the screen fading to black, because obviously you can't see that when you're listening to a book, but like the text will literally say screen fades to black, and then the camera does this and that and whatever. But yeah, so I hope I'm getting a good chunk of the way through this book, because I did get my book of the month box yesterday, like really late last night, and one of the books that came in there, it's called Incidents Around the House, and it's like a horror, I think, and it just sounds really interesting. It sounds kind of like a very haunting, thrilling kind of book, and so I'm very much in the mood to read that. But I do want to kind of stick with my plan of reading this today, and I think I can make a good dent in it for sure. I am on sprints right now with Bree, and then Katy will be joining us a little bit later, so that is very exciting. I'm loving that every day so far we have been able to do new pictures so that I could put them in the thumbnail. So when you go look at my live page, you'll see every day is different. So I'll show you what it looks like so far. And obviously I don't have the other 2 days up yet because they haven't happened yet. Okay, so here's my live page, and then if you scroll down, so here's what it looks like currently. So there's day 1. And then, you know, each day we have different pictures. We're all so cute. And then that's just kind of my placeholder template. And then as the day comes, I'll change it. But yeah, I'm loving it. I'm loving it so far. It looks fun and fresh. So I am making my way through this book. I'm currently on page 97. Of None of This Is True, and so far it's interesting. There's like an air of mystery of what's going on with Josie. It sounds like there's some weird stuff going on in her life that I can't quite piece the puzzle together just yet. After I finish this book, I think what I'm going to do is start one of the books that I got from my book of the month box, and I want to just open it real quick. So I did get volume 0, and it looks like they gave me the correct copy this time, because the last time they sent me the book without this little clear cover thing, and it just had like the stories, so it didn't even say volume 0 on it. So I haven't read the first one either, but I'm excited to read these at some point. I also got House of Glass by Sarah Pekkanen. I'm hearing some good things so far about this one. And the book that I'm really excited to read, and that I think I'll pick up next, is Incidents Around the House by Josh Malerman. This looks kind of creepy. Gives me like Five Nights at Freddy vibes, to be honest. Yeah, this one just sounds like a haunted family kind of thing. And I hear it's really short. Yeah, like look at this. This is like the text. And then the bookmark. It was bound to happen. Very cute. I like the one last month better. But that was my book of the month box. So I will update you guys when I get a little bit further in None of This Is True, and if I have any more like thoughts. But I did just finish up sprint, so I'm going to go out and walk my dog in this terrible soupy weather. just got to part 4 of None of This Is True. I'm just starting to think that Josie's psychotic. Plain and simple, just psychotic. She might have borderline PD. I don't know. But I've got like 20-ish pages left, so I'll come back in 20 pages. Today's the last day of summerween, sadly, but I did finish None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. I gave this one a solid 4 stars. I feel like this book was really great with all of the mixed media elements, and it was also, I think, enhanced by listening to the audiobook. There were a couple of things that weren't like the best. So the one thing with the audio is that when you're reading the little interviews, there's all this italicized text that the audiobook doesn't read, so you'd have to read like the descriptions and get that imagery around what's going on. Other than that, I don't feel like it got too lost in translation, but again, I was reading along with it. If you're someone who likes closure and conclusions, this is not the book for you, because it is left up to interpretation. You're kind of wondering still, like, what happened. There's also some questions about, like, well, what was the true motive of Josie, one of the main characters? Was she actually traumatized, or was she really feminist, essentially? So it's kind of just left up to the reader's interpretation. I think this may have been one of my first Lisa Jewells, if not the first. I don't know that I've read anything by this author before. I would definitely read more by Lisa Jewell, especially if I'm gonna get stuff like this. I'm just looking at my Goodreads, and it looks like I have some stuff by Lisa Jewell, but I haven't read anything by her. So I think this was my first Lisa Jewell book, which is, it's exciting that it started off pretty well with this author. Last night, I did start Incidents Around the House by Josh Mallerman, and this one's really creepy so far. I'm about, I don't know, like 80-ish pages through this book, and it's following 8-year-old Bella, and there is other mommy who lives in her closet and always asks her, can I go inside your heart? Which I'm assuming is kind of like, can I come into your body? And Bella just keeps saying, no, like my daddy said, don't do that, like don't trust people. But it sounds like other mommy's kind of getting like restless and stronger and bolder, like she's leaving the room. There's definitely some cracks in the parents' marriage. You can tell like they're fighting, and it sounds like the mom is having an affair with somebody. But obviously this is all from an 8-year-old's perspective, so she just knows, oh, mommy went to stay at her friend's house, and like mommy smells weird, like just stuff like that. Other mommy needs an answer, and so Bella is kind of like feeling more pressured to say yes, otherwise bad things will happen to her family. So I don't know if other mommy is just like a made-up friend or a true haunted entity, if there's some sort of mental health component to this, like how a child copes with their parents getting separated, or if that's what's gonna happen. I don't know yet. But I don't know, I'm really liking this. It's definitely creepy. I listened to a little bit of it this morning. I woke up at 3 a.m. and I was like, I need to put myself back to sleep. So just listening, and it was even creepier in the dark, to be honest. I was actually a little spooked. I fell asleep though. So I ended up going back and having to re-listen, and it was less scary in the morning. But definitely really liking this so far. It's got strong potential to be a favorite. So today I am gonna go do a little bit of work at a book cafe, one that I've been to before, and I've got to go drop off my luggage. This is my luggage handle, because both actually of my handles to my luggage has broken. So there's a luggage shop next to the book cafe. So I'm gonna do a little bit of work in the cafe, drop off some books at their little library, and then come home and do some more summerween sprints. The last day, unfortunately, but I'm very excited. This week has been, I think, so much fun, and I've gotten to meet a lot of new people, not only through like the Hunger Games readathon, but the summerween readathon in particular. I feel like gains a lot of new subscribers and things. So if you are new here, thank you so much for checking out my channel and coming to join in on all of the fun and all this lovely book community. Hi guys, it is now almost like 5 p.m. here, and I've made it through a big chunk of this book. I'm about 70% through. So I'm on page 260 out of like 370-ish. So I got about 100 pages to go. I don't know. I'm like really scared at the end of this. It's not going to be some weird paranormal stuff going on, like the whole book is kind of like alluding to in a way. I feel like it's just going to be, not like it's just going to, but I feel like it's going to be this little girl. It's like her way of coping with her parents separating, getting divorced, and just her way of coping. Like she just kind of imagines this other mommy, and then other mommies taking the form of other people. Like, I don't know. I'm obviously very bad at these theories because I think I don't know if I updated you guys, but I did finish None of This Is True yesterday. And it was just like really weird. It's not that I didn't see it coming. It just like wasn't as evident. Maybe if I go back and reread it, I'll see like the ending. But like I was going on some sort of very psychological route. And I'm doing that with this book because maybe I feel like the last couple of mystery thriller books I've read have been like that, where they just kind of pin it on some sort of mental health thing rather than it being some sort of unknown kind of paranormal weird stuff going on. So I don't know, but I'm like really liking it. Like I'm on the edge of my seat. I can't stop. I can't put it down. I just need to keep reading. So I will probably finish it really early on in sprints. Well, my partner and I are gonna go play Pokemon Go, so I might not get to it until the second part of sprints. But then after that, if I have some time, I'll probably go and read a couple of short stories from Beyond the Bounds of Infinity, which is the horror anthology arc that I have through NetGalley. What just happened? Okay. I think I know what happened, but now I'm like, I need confirmation. That was so disturbing. I have to go look up, like, my brain. What did I just read? Oh my gosh, that was so spooky. This was a really good book. It was so spooky. Okay, I need to go collect my thoughts. It sounds like parents and grandma died or maybe were really injured, and other mommy asks, "Can I go inside your heart?" And Bella finally says yes. And I think she maybe did that hoping to save her family. I'm gonna be thinking about this for a while, but I think it's a 5-star read. I think it's a 5-star. If you want, in my opinion, a really good horror book that keeps you on your toes, really creepy, read this at night, okay? I listened to some of this in the middle of the night. I was scared. I was literally next to my partner and I was scared. I think I had a really good summerween. I'll show you kind of like everything that I've read. So here's what I ended up reading. I started out with Middle of the Night. This I think I gave like 3.5 stars. This is definitely the weakest of the pack. This one I believe is probably like a 4.5 stars. Really good. Really enjoyed this one. This one, 4 stars. Another really good book. Loved the mixed media elements of this one in particular. And then I ended up with a 5-star. So this was just a fantastic week of reading. I also did read one short story from the anthology of horror stories called Beyond the Bounds of Infinity. So the one I read was by S.A. Cosby, and that one was pretty good. I don't know if I'd rate each story individually. I'm gonna read the whole thing and probably make a general star rating for the whole collection, but if I were to just rate S.A. Cosby's, I would say it's probably like a 4-star. Thanks for joining me as we went through a week of summerween together. I hope that I have given you some good recommendations, and if you're wanting to read some good mysteries and thrillers this summer, here you go. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one.